Hello students, let's talk about the government budget, especially in terms of what's happening now in April 2020. The government budget is simple in concept. The government collects taxes, that's their revenue, they spend it, and they either collect more taxes than they spend, in which case there's a surplus. Let's just acknowledge that that's like the passenger pigeon. It's extinct and you will never see that. You have where taxes and government spending are equal, and that's a balanced budget. You're probably not going to see that either. What you are going to see is taxes that are less than government spending, resulting in a deficit. The staggering thing is that in 2019, which recorded the best economy in U.S. history, we still had a $950 billion deficit. How is that possible? Simple. Congress likes to spend your money. It doesn't matter which party controls Congress, they both like to spend money. What do we know for sure? That in 2020, the deficit will be enormous. $4 trillion for 1 year, it's possible. The deficit is a 1-year term. It refers to inflows and outflows in 1 year. The debt is cumulative over time. We already had a national debt of over $3 trillion and approaching 4. We will hit a national debt of close to $10 trillion within the next 2 years. Where does the government get its money and where does the government spend its money? In 2019, the personal income tax paid by individuals accounted for 50% of the government's revenue. The personal payroll tax that's taken out of every payroll check in the country accounted for 36%. Corporate taxes accounted for about 7%. We still have the highest corporate tax rate in the G20 industrialized nation. Even so, the amount of corporate taxes collected generates only 7% of our tax revenue. Other taxes generate the other 7%. Excise taxes and government fees for hunting licenses, passports, national parks, all of those things that have fees, that goes into this category. Where does the government spend its money? 2019, here's what they did. About 60% of the spending went for income security. What's that? Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Who is that? Okay, it's old people. They account for most of the income security. National defense gets about 16% of the spending. The interest on the federal debt, that is all of the overspending that Congress has done for the last 70 years, takes up 9% of each year's tax dollars. Every other thing that we would like the government to spend money on gets 15% of the budget. What is that? Well, it's education, it's highways, and it is the CDC, it's medical research, it's all the testing for the COVID-19 virus, it's treatments, it's those ventilators and masks that you're hearing so much about. Everything else that you would like the government to provide has to come out of what's left over after you take care of these things. What do we know for sure is going to happen? Government revenue is going to plummet in 2020. Government spending is going to skyrocket. The deficit will be huge. Income security spending will go up because there will be a huge increase in spending on Medicare. Who needs the most treatment for this COVID-19 virus? Older people. Do we want to increase medical research? Oh, yes, we do. We want a vaccine. Vaccines aren't free. We have to increase our spending on that. So our deficit will get a lot worse. Nobody's loaning us money for free. We have to pay interest on all the money we borrow. That makes the situation even worse. So the budget picture for 2020 is to put it simply, just going to be horrific. We hope that the economy will start to recover this summer and that by 2021, the situation will dramatically improve. So that's what we're going to hope for in the coming years. Thanks.